Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy belated Merry Christmas. I hope all of you had a wonderful day yesterday. I can't believe we're on the other side of Christmas already. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Welcome. You're joining me live in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. My name is Kristen Kona, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Hold on just a second. I'm going to make sure I'm on my other device while you are jumping on and see if I find me. And I do. Yay! So I'm in the right place. Again, welcome. So much. Oh my gosh, I have so much running through my mind. So let me look at my notes here and see what we have going on. The first thing is I want to remind you that we started in December the product of the month. Now, you need to do a couple of things to do the product of the month. Number one, you need to have an account with Stampin' Up! So if you've not yet done that, go and do that. Then you need to add products to your cart. Once you hit a $75 order before shipping, handling, and tax, you can then opt in for the product of the month. And the product's going to change each month. So we are almost out of December, and I haven't seen anything. So as far as I know, we still have the product for December, which was this beautiful DSP. I think it was last week I might have used it on the live. So if you did not catch it, go back and check it out. And then you can see the product of the month in use. Also, to let you know, Stampin' Up! Is doing a virtual retreat in January 22nd and 23rd. It's a 2-day event. And we are going to do 15 cards at this event. You must purchase the suite of product in order to be in the class. It's $165. It'll ship right to you. And then they are going to have 1 day prior. So it's almost a 3-day thing, but it's not really a day. But we are going to gather together to cut our pieces and have those prepped ahead of time so we're not cutting and all the things the day of stamping. And I love our retreats, oh my gosh, because they teach us so many different techniques and different things during this. So if you're thinking that's a lot, oh my gosh, it really isn't. We get a whole pack of cardstock in there. There are 2 sets of stamps in there. There's a set of dies in there. We have flip-flaps in there. We have envelopes for all 15. So, and then all the DSPs as well. So, oh my gosh, you get a lot of product. If you start adding that all up, it's well worth it. Plus, you get 2 days of the event. And that is the only way you can do it. So go online. When I'm done, you can look on my page and you can register for all the things. So I wanted to remind you of that. Also, the 10th of the month is the last day to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. So we have until January 10th if you'd like to take advantage of the January Paper Pumpkin. Where my Valentine people's at. January's kit is going to be geared toward Valentine's, and I am super excited about it. The box is all pretty. It's a fancy box. It's not the orange box that you're typically used to seeing. And that is for January. And then February's box is going to be geared toward Easter, and then March is geared toward spring. Now, once you become a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, there is a add-on set of dies that you can also purchase to coordinate with January, February, and March's Paper Pumpkins. You do not need those to finish the projects that come in the box, but Stampin' Up! Has designed these dies to expand on your creative abilities. So check that out if you'd like to know more about that. Then also a quick reminder, January 2nd, next Friday, so a week from today, is my catalog launch party. If you would like to attend, please let me know now. I am preparing for Friday. I cannot wait to have my launch party. It is one of my most favorite, most beloved classes that I do, because it's not just a class. We of course do stamping when we gather in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio, but we as demonstrators get to pre-order products. And so the night of the party, the products that I have been able to pre-purchase already, I will have here on display, so you'll get to see those up close and in person. And most of you who have been around Stampin' Up! For a little bit, our products look so much different in person. They are way better in person. So if you like them, when you see them on camera or online, wait until you see them in person. They're amazing. And I, of course, will have samples here to share with you, so you'll actually get to see some of those products in action. And it's a party. We have snacks and fun and all those things, right? So if you want to be part of my catalog launch party, let me know this weekend, because I have to prepare a kit for you to have here to stamp when you get here to the party. But as another quick reminder, I want to let you know about my, what I call my skeleton calendar. You can plan every month my classes that I'm going to hold, but the cards that we make, of course, are different, and the products on the product-based classes change. But the first and last Mondays of the month are product-based classes, so check those out. The second Monday of the month is always my 10-card class, and then the third Monday of the month is my 6-card class. And speaking of which, today's projects, I have 3 projects to do with you live. These projects are ones from my last 6-card class. So this is going to give you an idea of what my 6-card classes are like. They're so much fun, and I hope you, if you've never done a class, reach out to me. Let me know that you'd like to attend. I promise you, you will have a great time. You'll have cards that you can use, so let me know. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera down and around, so if you get seasick at all, now's the time to look away, grab a drink, all the things, and we will get started, okay? Hold on. Almost there. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. Yes, you're looking at the back side of my hand. Woohoo! And now we'll just let the camera focus in. All right. Hello, everybody. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Somebody's here, but Facebook is not letting me know who you are yet. So hello, whoever you are. Jenna, hello. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys. I cannot wait. It seems like forever since I've seen everybody. Okay, so we went over all the things. Here is the product of the month for December. Now remember, January's around the corner, so once January hits, you have to start all over again. $75 order, and then you can pick January's product of the month. No, I do not know what that is. I find out when you guys find out, so we will find out together. Also, the last quick reminder here, I believe it's January 6th. Let me check the back. Nope, January 5th, okay? This is our current mini catalog that we're working from right now. You have until January 5th, okay? So January 5th, this catalog will be leaving, and then January 6th, we start in the new mini catalog. And can I say, oh my God, have your wallets ready, because it's amazing. Yes, it is. Okay, today's cards, like I said, this is typically my 6-card class. When you come to my 6-card class, you do 2 each of 3 different cards. So you get introduced a little bit more to different products, because I have one card set up at each of my tables, so we can't use the same sets, right? So you're going to see a lot of products today. That's okay. Just make notes to your favorite things so you don't forget, so you can go look it up. Okay, one of those is this. This is our wood grain embossing folder, and this happens to be one of our larger embossing folders. So you definitely need our large die cut and emboss machine to use this one. Then I also used, on another card, I used our plaid, our perfectly plaid embossing folder. Love both of these, actually. I use these two a lot. So I know I can hear you guys who come to my classes. You use them all the time. One of the other things that I grabbed that I use that I haven't yet shown much love to is our banners. I've used a couple of our smaller banners, but look how ginormous, look how ginormous these banners are. So you can make banners for birthdays, anniversaries, all the things, right? Plus so much more. Love this. Now, you can get a bundle to this, and look, there's a set of dies. There's 2 sheets in here of the alphabets. It takes 2 sheets to give you all the things for the alphabet for the banner. So when you combine them, oh my gosh, amazing. Can I say that? Okay, let me see. I'm going to use a blending brush on one of our projects. And then I have a couple of stamp sets that are on the last chance list. This one might be gone now, but I think the dies might still be there. But I know some of you who tune in may have the stamp set already at home. So it's okay if you don't have this one. I'm sure you can recreate this card using something you might already have, and you'll see here in just a second. But this is our Scenic Adventure stamp set and dies. Love this one. I'm gonna miss that one. Those of you who come to my classes knows that I'm an outdoor girl and I love anything to do with outdoors. Then I'm also going to be doing a card using our branching out stamp set and dies, which is in our current mini catalog. And there's, look at these dies. I love these dies. And I think they're going away, I think. Don't quote me on it, but don't wait, okay? And then we have an online exclusive that we have not shown much love to, and that is this one. It's called Valentine Kisses. We just inked this one for the first time, and I'm in love. I cannot wait to play with this one more, so I'm glad it's going to be around a little bit. And look at the dies on the back. Aren't they cute? So this is a bundle. Okay. Now, the inks that I'm using, one of my cards, I am using Crumb Cake and Espresso Brown. Then the second card, I am going to be using Strawberry Slush, Basic Gray, and Lost Lagoon. And then the last card, I will be using Real Red. Okay, so my first card, I am using a piece of Crumb Cake that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I line up my edges, take our bone folder. So if you do not have a bone folder, add that to your list. You're gonna want your cards to lay nice and flat. So there is that. Then I took a piece of Crumb Cake that is 4 by 5 1/4, okay? And then I took a scrap piece of Crumb Cake and our new banner punch that you can find online. Punch that out. And then I took a piece of DSP. This one is 1 1/4 by 4. And it's one of the floral ones. I forgot to look this up before coming on. This is the back side of it. I'm not using this side. We are using this side of it. Oh, I forgot what the name of this is. Anywho, sorry. So we're using that. Then remember the banners that I said? Here's our 2 smaller ones. This is Timid Tiger. This is Pumpkin Pie. So I went ahead and die cut those. And then I ran this one through the embossing folder of that bark, the tree bark. Isn't that cool? And then Scenic Adventure dies, I went ahead and cut out an early espresso, the set of trees. All right, so now I need to bring in my piercing mat because my mat gives me cushion for my photopolymer stamps. Okay, so we're using photopolymer stamps, and I'm taking that 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of crumb cake. I'm going to open up my crumb cake ink, and I'm going to ink up my stamp, and I'm going to stamp a tree right about there. And then I'm going to use the smaller tree and go right over here across from it. We're going to stamp him and then ink up one more time the larger. Whoops, did I just bump you guys? Sorry if I did. My head did it. Ink up another tree, and it's going to go right there. Okay? Now I need my early espresso. Oh, gotta close that. I'm going to ink up with my early espresso my greeting. So I'm going to stamp on this, open up my early espresso, ink up my stamp. Now this stamp set says happy birthday, and it does come from, which I also forgot to grab, the stamp set that coordinates with the banner that I punched out. It's a punch and you get 3 different shape banners. So there is that. It's not very straight. So I'll flip it over, and I'm going to bring this down closer to me, so hopefully I do a better job this time. There, much better. All right, so my stamping for card number 1 is done. Now we just need to put this together. So I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to take my designer paper, and I am going to put adhesive on the back of here. And then this one is going to go right about there. So it just covers up the trunks of my tree. And while I have the adhesive out, I'm going to take my 2 banners, put adhesive on this one. This one is going to get centered inside of the other one. Okay? And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back side of this one. This one is going to go slightly off center. And let's put it right about there. So it's kind of like in that opening right between the trees. So like that. And now I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet, because if I get any adhesive on here, I can clean it off. So I'm going to take that with the adhesive on it, and I like to use a pair of tweezers to help pick things up. So now I'm going to take this one, and this is going to go on my card right here. Okay? So that's what we have so far. We are almost done. So I need to take, okay, that's the crooked side. So need to grab my dimensionals if I can find them. I have been creating like crazy here in the studio, trying to get ready for my launch next Friday. So yeah, so I am not finding them, but it's okay. I have my minis here, they'll work. So I'm putting dimensionals on the back of, oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Oh, I'm ahead. I forget there's a delay. Okay, and since there is a delay, now I am going to take and snip the edging. And I need this flipped over. And we need to put dimensionals on the back of our crumb cake base. And I want another dimensional larger in here, okay? So now I'm going to peel off the backings, and we have two different color dimensionals. We have our regular dimensionals that are white in color. Then we have our mini white dimensionals, again they're white. And then we have our black dimensionals, which you get both sizes in the package for those. And then I'm going to take this one and center it on the front. Take the dimensional backings off from my greeting, and then my greeting is going to go on here like so. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do on the inside of my card, I want to bring a little bit of the outside in. So I am going to take, again, my crumb cake ink. I'm going to open it up. And I am going to do a tree here. Grab my smaller one and do a tree here. There we go. So now my card is done, okay? Again, if you were here at my 6-card class, you would be making 2 of these. So when you did your stamping, you do all your trees, of course, on this piece and your second piece. That way you won't forget anything, right? You kind of do it what we call assembly line style. So yeah, you would have 2 masculine type birthday cards already for your card stash for 2026. All right, hope you like that one. Okay, our next card that we are going to do, I used a piece of basic white. Again, this one is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Line up our corners, use our bone folder, okay? That one is now ready to use. Then I took a piece of our two-tone cardstock. If you are not familiar with our two-tone cardstock, they come in all of our colors. This one happens to be cloud cover. We have a darker side and a lighter side. Can you see that? How it's light and dark? So you get to choose. And I'm going to be using the light side. And that plaid embossing folder, I went ahead and ran it through the embossing folder already. Now, typically I would do this in reverse order, but I didn't want to go on and off screen. So I went ahead and did that. Then I took a scrap piece of white that was 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 and took one of the dies from the branching out, went ahead and cut that out. Then I also use Stylish Shapes. Now, Stylish Shapes I'm using for this card and the next card, and most of you are very well aware of that. That is one of my favorite sets of dies. I use it almost every time I do a card. And I took our 2-inch by 2-inch piece of basic white and went ahead and die cut our circle. And then in the back of the branching out, the back, how about the dies of the branching out bundle, there is a die that does stand alone cutting. So I went ahead and cut a white, a Timid Tiger, and a Strawberry Slush. And then there is also this standalone die in there, and I went ahead and cut one out in Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger, okay? Now this one we are using the Strawberry Slush ink, the basic gray, and the Lost Lagoon ink, okay? And so I am going to take this, and I'm going to open up my Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to open up the ink, and I'm taking my blending brush, and I'm loading it up with the ink. Then I want to tap off, and then I want to brush some ink on here, okay? Can you see that? Okay, I'm gonna ink up again. Brush some ink on here. Now, if you don't think it has enough, just reload and go back over it again. And I think I'm gonna do that over here. Do a little bit more. And then I wanna do a third area right over here. Okay? You need to layer it on. You're not gonna get as dark a color as you want right away. Okay, so there is that one ready to go. And now I know I want a little bit of this up here in this corner, and then diagonally to it, I want some of this color down here. And as you can see, there was enough ink left on my brush to do exactly what I wanted. I don't want it heavily done with the ink, but enough to tone down some of that white. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with our strawberry slush ink. I'm going to open this up, and I am going to ink up. Now, there's different sizes of our pine fronds, I call them. It's the bushy part to the pine boughs. Can you see how this one is spaced out more than this one? So I'm going to use this one and ink this up. And this one is going to get stamped down here in the lower right corner. And then I'm going to take my single one and stamp it right in here. Now, this is designed to look eclectic. That means not like it's on a tree. It's all about design. It's all good. So now I'm going to turn this, and only 2 of those are probably going to make it on, like so. That is it. That is all that I want. Okay. Everybody wants everything to look like nature. No, guys, this is art. You can make it look however you want. So now I'm going to come in with my basic gray, and I'm going to ink up my greeting, and because it's a photopolymer stamp, I can look right down through my block and my stamp and see that I'm right where I need to be. So there is that. And the last thing I need to do, oops, I already closed up my strawberry. I want to come back in with the pine boughs that are closest together and ink up again in the strawberry slush. And then this is going to go right down here in the bottom corner. And then a little bit of the blue. Not much. I don't want to pick up any more ink. There we go. Just enough of the outside to the inside. There we go. Now my stamping is done. Okay? And so now I need to put, oops, ink on the, ink. How about adhesive on the back of this one? Again, what you are watching me do, these are cards that we did at my last 6-card class. My 6-card class I do every month here in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. And it is always the 3rd Monday of every month. So that's what I'm saying. You can mark your calendar for every month. 3rd Monday is my 6-card class. Again, you do 3 different cards, 2 each of the designs, and then you get the envelope. So you are ready for the mail. Now I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the piece that I stamped, and that was die cut. And this is now going to get centered-ish on the front of my card, like so. And I want this on here, and I know I need to tuck things in, so right now I am just going to put dimensionals over here on this side for right now, so I can get placement, and I can come back in and tuck in another one. So again, this is for over here, and this is going to go right here. So nothing is under this side, so I can get these in where I want them. Now I know I want this one to go right about there, so you can see how much longer it is, right? If I don't need all that, it's going to be hidden, so I cut that off. So now I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to do dot, 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 not a lot, on the back of this one to adhere it onto our card. And then again, I like to use my tweezers. Okay, let's see here. And then this is going to get tucked down in here like so. Okay, so see, ta-da, it disappeared. Now this one is going to go over here like so. Again, it's way too long. So again, take my snips, snip off the bottom. You can keep that for another card. So again, dot, 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 not a lot. Okay. Now this one has a little bit more on it, and if that happens, let me show you something. Remember, I said you can clean off your silicone craft sheet. So if it's a little too much, just pick up your thing and tap it on here. You can always clean that off. Okay. So now I'm going to take this one, and this one is going to come in here like so. Okay, and now I'm going to take my white one, and I know I want my white one over here. So again, we need to cut some of this off. You can keep the rest of that if you wish, or pitch it. It's up to you. And again, dot, dot, not a lot. Okay. Because it's white on white, you probably can't see on camera where I stuck my adhesive, but it is on there. It's on the dots, just like we've done up to this point. And so this is going to now go in here. Okay. And now we have these two that also need to have adhesive on. So again, same thing, dot, dot, not a lot on the back of my die cuts. Now, Stampin' Up! Does have adhesive sheets, so if you do not like the liquid glue, you could use some of our adhesive sheets, and you would put that on the back of the cardstock before you ran it through the die cut and emboss machine, and it would cut it out for you. So you could do that as well. So you do have options. So that one's going to go there. And now this one needs to go in here like so. Now I would like a dimensional over here. So remember I said you can do it afterwards. So I'm going to peel off the backing, and I can lift that up, put a dimensional on it, and there we go. There is card number 2. Now, if you're thinking, now this is too much, I cannot do this. I am here during the class, so guess what? I can help you. I promise you, you will enjoy the class. Oh, and look, I did it on the wrong side. It's all good. We wanted that there, right? Wink, wink. It's all good. See, this is the thing about doing it on your own and being handmade. You can now go back, do that. See if there's enough ink on there still. And there we go. So I meant to do that. Not really, but it's all good. See, you can fix it. There's always more you can do. I always say in my classes, there's never mistakes. There are only unexpected masterpieces. Seriously, there is. Okay, on our last card for today. Now, this is a bit of a sneak peek as well. I'm using a piece of designer paper that is coming out in January. You heard me right. But you're not going to see the whole package. I've only got the one piece that I'm using. I know, psych. Sorry, I'm such a tease. Okay, this piece is 4¼ by 11. I scored it at 5½. So I've cut our 8½ by 11-inch piece of paper in half a different direction, okay? But it's still the same size. Here, let me show you. So bringing this one back in, see, it's the same size, okay? So this one is what we lovingly call a tent card because it has the fold on the top. So when you stand it up, it looks like a tent, okay? And then this one opens like a regular card. But they're the same size when you fold them, okay? So again, both are from an 8½ by 11 sheet of paper. Then I need a piece of white, and I forgot to cut, oh, that's all good. 4 by 5¼ basic white. Then the Stylish Shapes dies, I went ahead and cut out 4 of our squares from Fleur de Flamingo. And then I've also cut out, did I tell you the size on that? Sorry, 2½ by 2½. Then I cut out 4 squares that were 1¾ by 1¾ 4 squares of the basic white. Then I took, again, I think it's on the Stylish Shapes, one of the banner from there out of white, and this was from a 3/4 inch by 3 inch piece of basic white. And then the designer paper that I am using is 1 1/8 by 4. Okay, and I'm going to use this design, and that is the back side. Isn't it cute? Love it! Okay, so let's do all of our stamping first. Okay, and again, we are using that very cute Bear Valentine stamp set, and we are using Real Red ink. So I'm going to open up my Real Red ink, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the Happy Valentine's Day. And again, because our stamps and our blocks are clear, you can look down through the stamp to know where you're stamping. So there's my greeting. Then on one of the squares, I am going to use Bear Hugs and Kisses. So I'm inking this up. Again, stamps and block is clear, so I can look through, get it straight. There's that one. Whoops. Get back here, guys. And now we have 3 different bear shapes. And so I'm going to ink up this one. And again, looking through my block, he's not all going to fit on it, but he's cuter than cute. There he is. Okay. And we're going to pick up another bear. He's a little bit different yet. He is going to go on here. There we go. And the last one, he's only a partial one. So I'm going to take him, and again, because I can look through, I'm going to put him on here like that. And then I'm also going to ink him up and put him on here like that. Now we just have to put this together. Yeah, it's that easy. Okay, there's lots of pieces, but still very simple. So I'm going to flip this over. The cardstock was real red. I don't know if I said that. It's real red. Again, it was 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, and the liner here was 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. Okay, so now I need all of my pink squares, and each one of my white squares is going to go onto one of my pink squares. So I'm just going to go ahead while I've got this open, and I may be off screen, and if I am, I apologize. I'm just putting adhesive on the backs of these. Okay, So that's done. And so now like I said, I'm just going to put one of these on here. Okay, so there is one. This one's going to go on here. There's two. Here is three. And here is 4. Okay, there are those. And now I want adhesive on the back of my designer paper. Okay. And this one now is going to go to the bottom of my card with 3 equal borders approximately. Oop. So what I mean by 3 equal borders, see there's a lot up here, so I want equal borders on the left, the right, and the bottom. And then I'm going to lay these out on here now, and it spacing should be just right to put these on, and they are. So I'm going to flip this one over. I'm going to put adhesive on this one. And now, again, with approximate equal borders, and I'm using my right edge of my designer paper with the right edge of my Flirty Flamingo, okay? So now that I have one in place, that is going to help me guide with the other pieces. So now I'm checking out the designer paper on the left. I'm checking out the Flirty Flamingo square, line it up at the bottom, line it up at the top. And now I'm going to flip this one over, put adhesive on here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the back of this one while I have it open. Okay. It stays wet for a little bit. You have time. That's one of the things I love about our multi-purpose liquid glue. You've got time. Okay, again, trying to make equal borders. That's in place, all lined up. And now our last piece for on here. Whoops, come on. There we go. And now we just have our greeting, so I need my dimensionals. And here. And now peel off the backings. And then this one is now going to get centered-ish on the bottom of our card. There we go. There is card number 3. Isn't that so cute? I just love him. I cannot wait to play with him more. As you know, Valentine's is coming. It's our next big holiday after the new year, right? So can't wait to play with him. So here is card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Again, this is a class that I do every month. Now, the cards will change, of course, from month to month. We don't do the same cards. We mix it up. We do birthdays, thinking of you, sympathy, anniversaries, all the things, right? But I do them every month. So every month you can replenish your card stash at home. It's 6 cards. So you do 2 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of that. So that's your 6 cards. All right? So you can go online. If you look at this QR code, this will take you right into my store. So if there's anything that you've seen here today that you want to look at up close, more personal, you can go on here to shop, and it will get you anywhere else if you want to link within. But you can also go on there to see my card classes. I haven't updated yet, so bear with me here. We're in the holidays. I am working on my class schedule for January, February, March, April, and May. So you'll be able to go on there and check out my classes. So you can go on there frequently, as much as you'd like, check things out, and yeah, watch for classes to come. Again, my catalog launch party is January 2nd here in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in the Ludington, Michigan area. If you'd like to join me, let me know. I sure would love to have you here in a class. We have so much fun, and I love sharing with you stamping. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 27 years now. Yes, you heard me right. 27 years, and I love it so much. I think I love it even more now than the day I started. I do. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I will be live again next Friday. Next Friday will have to be another quick one because I have my party next Friday. I hope you'll join me. Have a great week, everybody. Like, subscribe, follow me on Facebook and YouTube. And I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.